Hey everybody. First story for this evening is going to be Welcome Home, written by As the Raven Dreams. Oh my goodness. The excitement in her voice was apparent. Look at how beautiful this house is. The living room is so spacious. This is one of the best houses in the area, and the owner is in a situation where he just really wants to get rid of it. The man with the slick back hair grinned as he guided her into the kitchen. Honestly, if the two of you want to look at the paperwork today, I can call I can all but guarantee he will sign it over to you without question. I watched as he started pointing out various features of the kitchen. The new tile flooring, the freshly painted walls, the bright red diner style trimming. She was beamed all over it. Me, on the other hand, I was confused. Where the hell was I? Less than 5 minutes ago, I had been sitting in my living room playing Xbox with my girlfriend, eating a double cheeseburger from Burger King, just having a nice lazy Saturday. I started feeling a bit dizzy, shook my head, and then I was here. I went from my apartment living room to the entryway of a Leave It to Beaver set piece. I slipped my hand into the pocket of my way too fancy pants and felt a car key. That was it. No phone, no wallet, just a damned car key. The woman that was touring the house with the man in the the woman that was touring the house with the man in the brown suit wasn't even my girlfriend. I genuinely had no idea who the hell she was. After taking a moment to gather my thoughts and slow my breathing, I turned around to look outside. In the driveway was a car that I'd never seen before. It looked old, that was for sure. Then my eyes just then my eyes shifted over to the house across the street. They had a car that looked identical to mine. Mine? Why was I thinking that car was mine? My car was a '97 Nissan Sentra, not the museum-bound hunk of metal that was sitting outside. And once again, the thought entered my mind. Where the hell was I? As I tried to piece literally anything together, my eyes met with those of a Mr. Rogers impersonator watering his lawn with a garden hose. He smiled widely, lifted his free hand, and waved in my direction. Almost as if I had no control over my body, I reflexively. Oh no, yep, that's spelled right. I reflexively lifted my right hand, and waved, my mouth twisting into a friendly grin. So, Paul, what are you thinking? The deep voice in Sunday wear hit me from behind. It's Mike, I mumbled a correction without even turning. Mike? The man sounded slightly confused. When did you change your name, buddy? I've known you for 5 years, and I've always called you Paul. He laughed and patted me on the shoulder. Paul, I think this is the one, the woman in the other room excitedly made her comment. If you changed your name to Mike at some point, you probably should have told that pretty little firecracker in the other room, eh? The man chuckled slightly again. Anyway, when I was talking to Charles the other day about you, and I told him that you were interested in the house, you know what he said? No. I turned to look at him. I don't even know who that is. Paul, my man, you need to lay off the bottle. The man laughed at his own joke once more. Anyways, I told him you were interested in the house, and he told me, Gary, you show him the house. And if he and his cute little wife of his want it, you tell them, I'll just give the damn thing to them. He said it in his way, said it was his way of saying thanks. Why does he want to get rid of it so badly? I couldn't help but ask. Something about the conversation with Gary was alluring. Something about it was drawing me in. Oh, come on, Paul. He grinned at me for a moment, before pausing and falling back on a straight face. Oh, you're being serious. Well, yeah. I shook my head slightly. It's such a nice house. Why doesn't he want to live here? Paul, are you feeling okay? Gary put his hand on my forehead jokingly. I pulled back and stared at him, confused. My man, have you seriously been drinking? It's 2 on a Sunday, and you're already hitting the cabinets? No, I haven't been drinking. I don't drink, Gary. I stared at him in confusion. There was something I was supposed to know, but clearly didn't. I don't even know where. I glanced around the room and back out into the front yard, or when I am. Well, Paul, the woman stepped back into the hallways and stared at me with an exciting grin. What do you think? Do you think we should take it? My name's not. I tried to correct her before Gary cut me off. You know what, Donna? Paul here was just telling me how much he loved it, and I was thinking that he and I could discuss things a little bit more in private. Just go over some of the logistics and whatnot. He pointed in my direction. Oh, well, if that's the case, she gave me a slight wink and took a step past me into the doorway. I think I'll introduce myself to the neighbors while you boys take care of business. Donna kissed me on the cheek and walked out in the front yard. Gary watched as she went over and talked to the old man, watering his lawn, and motioned for me to follow him. Come with me. He led me toward the kitchen and motioned around the mostly empty room. Is this ringing a bell? No, I answered honestly. No, he chuckled again. I mean, I know the tile is all new and he redid the trim, but you're not remembering a damn thing? What are you going on about? I had enough of this nonsense. 2 weeks ago, he pointed at me and motioned towards the basement. This is where Charles' wife had her accident. He smirked and motioned again toward the basement. I stared at him and then back down toward the stairs. Her accident? She fell down the stairs? I continued staring at him. Yeah, she fell down. He cut himself off another quiet laugh. Yeah, on paper. She fell down the stairs. And my God, Paul, do I have to spell it out for you? Do you just want to hear it out loud? His joking demeanor was quickly shifting to frustration. After a moment, he sighed and continued. 3:30 in the afternoon, you took Charles' keys, came to the back door, and did your magic on old Judy. Did my magic? I shook my head again. Took her out, did her in, eliminated the problem. He made a twisting motion with his hands. Based on the pictures I saw in the paper, you twisted her damn head halfway around. What the hell are you accusing me of? I was taken aback at the statement. Doing what Charles paid you for. He sounded confused. Charles paid you. He's giving you his old house. You got that beautiful Chevy sitting out front, and in return you broke into his house and silenced the old pain in his ass that was about to take him down for sleeping with his secretary. He laid the whole scenario out in black and white. Does that get your motor running or something? Hearing someone tell you the details? He put his hand on my shoulder again. You really are a sick son of a bitch, Paul. I like you. Get your hand off me, I shouted at him. I didn't kill anyone, and I certainly didn't kill anyone for money. Paul? Donna's confused tone cut through the tension. What are you talking about? He's saying that I murdered Judy. He's claiming that I murdered some woman for money. Whoa, Paul, come on. Why would you say that out loud? Gary's demeanor was pulling toward defensive. Why would you bring Donna into this? I don't even know who Donna is. I was at my breaking point. I don't know who you are. I don't know who Charles is, and I sure as hell didn't kill anyone. The room felt like it was slowly starting to spin. 10 minutes ago, I was sitting on my porch playing some mindless game with my girlfriend. Then I woke up here. I don't know where I am. I don't know who you people are, and I just want to go home. Paul, what's wrong with you? I could tell that I was scaring Donna. What do you mean you don't know who I am? She paused again and shook her head. Wait, Judy? That woman that fell down her stairs? She glanced over and realized. She glanced over and realization set in. Oh God, that was this house? She quickly shifted her attention to me. You killed her? Damn it, Paul. Gary dropped his head and sighed. Now I have to take care of this problem. Like hell. I stepped forward and grabbed Gary by the jacket he was wearing. Listen here, you son of a bitch. I pushed him forward and was met with what I could only describe as a cold pain in my neck. My skin started to tingle like it was losing all sensation. My vision started to blur and my ears were ringing. Only the other sound was that of Donna shrieking. I slowly reached up toward my neck and gripped the small handle, pulling it away from my neck. The switchblade in my hand was covered in blood. I could feel my blood pressure dropping as my arterial spray covered the wall beside me. After taking a slight step back, I fell straight onto the hardwood floor and everything slowly faded away. Even though it was growing darker, by every split second, I could still hear Donna screeching and see Gary's feet. He stepped over me and toward Donna, her screaming stopping no more than a second later. Then there was nothing. It was all black, all silent. Oh my goodness. The excitement in her voice was apparent. Look how beautiful this house is. The living room is so spacious. I blinked and stared into the entryway of the same house I had just died in. It's one of the best houses in the area, and the owner is in a situation where he just really wants to get rid of it. The man in the slick black hair grinned and he motioned toward the kitchen. Honestly, if the two of you want to look at the paperwork today, I can all but guarantee that he will sign it over to you without question. He started following Donna into the kitchen, but paused. Hey Donna, why don't you go check out the rooms real quick? I wanted to talk to your husband about something real quick. Oh, absolutely. She laughed and pressed on to the rest of the house. Be sure to check out the basement. It's really nice down there, fully carpeted and finished walls. He smirked and walked back toward me. I don't. I moved my hand toward my neck as I stared at the man that had just stabbed me. I don't understand. Feeling okay, champ? Gary grinned again. Yeah, I think. I shook my head and tried to focus on everything. Good. Gary placed his hand over my shoulder and leaned in. Do me a favor and don't make me kill you this time. The boss doesn't like it when we have to spend a lot of time redoing scenes. Redoing scenes? His sentence made absolutely no sense. Look, I know you're the new guy, but surely someone explained things to you. The new guy? What? Once again, nothing was making sense. Well then, that makes a lot more sense. He chuckled slightly and continued. Your job is to act your part. Make it a good show and you won't be tortured. It's as simple as that. This one is a bit of an action drama style show set in the 50s. Show? 50s? I stared at him, then glared into the empty rooms. Despite my complete and total confusion, it made sense. The woman looking like she came from Greece, the fact that Gary and I were dressed with jackets and ties, that ancient ass car in the driveway. Then my mind drifted to the other word he mentioned. Wait, tortured? That's right, kid. Some point you died, and now you're here on some shitty old style drama. Gary smirked at me again, his eyes reflecting the raging fire behind me. Welcome to hell. God, that's such a good story. Anyways, guys, that was Welcome Home, written by our feathered friend as the Raven Dreams. So, guess I'm going to hold an intermission now so we can all intermingle. All right, let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves some treats. Well, thanks, anime. Oh, yeah, Raven's amazing with his writing. I'm actually really excited to read this next one to you guys. It's the first one I'm reading from Insidious. Now, that guy. Let's see if I can find it again. Yeah, I'm doing it all from my broken phone, so if I mess up, I swear I can read. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, he is. You feel welcomed home after hearing that story? Good. Welcome to hell. I'm sorry, that was rude. Let me at least drop the welcome mat first. All right. So I'll go to the I just see the chocolate bar screaming from the Lego movie too. I haven't seen that one. Every time I picture that, I just think of, I don't know. Have you guys ever seen Aqua Teen Hunger Force, the movie? Please, somebody say they've seen it. With Mastodon playing the treats or whatever, and they start just metal screaming. Oh, just after this, go YouTube the first intro or just the intro sequence to the movie. It is hilarious. Oh man. I don't care if it's just super animated, childish type garbage humor, but it is funnier than crap. My hair. Oh, hey, Dea. All right. Well, I don't want to spend too much time. Oh, it's only 15 minutes. Wow. I read that one a little fast. How long is this one? Oh, this one might be a little weird to try to do live. This one definitely would have been better if I just narrated it and recorded it, but oh well. All right, I guess if you have no questions for me at all, I will move on to the next story. Dea, did you miss the first story? Unikitty bites the chocolate guy's head off and he screams, "Good times." That sounds pretty intriguing. Well, this will be up in a little bit. You'll be able to rewatch it, Dea. All right. So on to story 2, written by Insidious Nebula, The Laughing Man. I'm at the end of my rope. I feel like I'm going crazy. Have you ever seen him? No? Of course you haven't. Nobody but me does. I see him. I've seen him. So many times now. Every time someone close to me dies, actually. He's there, lurking in the background and laughing like a maniac. It says insert laugh here, so I'm going to try my best with a maniacal laugh. Actually, that didn't sound too bad. He's like my own fucking personal demon, laughing at my pain, at my anguish, enjoying every minute of my sorrow as he tears me down even further. Each time he appears, I slip further and further away. I have no idea what he is, but he's not human. His skin is sickly gray in color, wrinkled, and his bloodshot eyes glow phosphorescent. Oh, yeah, phosphorescent green. The way it's, yeah, never mind. Back to the story. Phosphorescent green. But the majority of his body is covered by a tattered black suit, a black top hat resting on his head, his hands resting on a walking cane. He stands just in the peripheral of my vision, silent until I notice him. Then, as our eyes meet, he grins, ear to ear, bearing this misshapen and crooked yellow teeth in a grin. He stares at me and doesn't break his gaze. Before he begins to laugh, and that sinister laugh, I have heard what seems like 1,000 times now. As all other sounds cease, only the distorted laughter is highlighted, echoing in my ears. It's as if time freezes in place when he appears to me. He lasts for what feels like an eternity. Then, as I think I am going to go mad, I notice he's gone, and the other sounds of the world resume. The first time I saw him, I was around 13. I think the years have blurred together since then. My uncle had been killed by a drunk driver. He was nearly decapitated in the accident. The Laughing Man appeared at the graveyard as my uncle's body was being lowered deep into the unmoving earth. He was shambling from behind a tree, tipping his hat at me as he grinned so heinously, then laughed his evil laugh. I noticed I was the only one who could see him and hear him that day. The same event happened over and over and over and over and over again and again. First my uncle, then my great aunt, my older sister, friends, other relatives, the same shit. The Laughing Man always revealed himself to me, usually during the burials, usually during the burials, burials, usually during the burials, and each time he let loose that cackle, laughing that someone close to me had died. My grandmother died due to a pancreatic cancer. Last year, and the Laughing Man came to my life yet again. The priest was reading my grandmother's final rites as a figure shifted from behind an old oak tree, and a cold sweat covered my face. Seeing him this time, I felt my heart rise in my throat, and I just lost it. His eerie laughter erupted as I ran from the cemetery into the nearby woods, a fucking mess. I still heard his laughter as if he was still as close as ever. Crying and breathing heavily, having a panic attack, I gripped the sides of my head and bellowed out a scream. Just then, a hand grasped my shoulder and spun me around. It was my best friend, Sarah. She looked at me, and I saw in her eyes fear, concern, but most importantly, warmth. That fucking thing. He's driving me crazy. Every time I see him, he just laughs. I think I'm losing it, Sarah, but I'm not fucking crazy. I he's real. He's real. She interrupted me by wrapping me tightly in a hug. The laughing instantly stopped. All I heard were the sounds of distant mockingbirds and the babble of a nearby creek churning. As the wind blew through my unkempt hair, Sarah had no idea what I was talking about, of course, nor why I was so frantic. So she asked that I tell her as much as I felt comfortable with. I told her everything. Thought she would look at me like I was a damned fool. But she didn't. Her expression was one of shock, yes, yet to understanding. Listen, I don't think you're crazy at all, she said as she smiled warmly at me with a hint of unease and concern. We have known each other a long time, Mike, and I know you. Hell, better than you know yourself sometimes. Words brought me back down. Maybe we can figure out what this thing is together, but you're not alone in this, she said reassuringly. But for now, we need to get you home so you can rest. I didn't respond. I just looked at her and smiled. Let's get back with the others, hon, so your mom can take you home, she said as she walked alongside me, guiding me back to the graveyard. Sarah was my anchor. Always has been. But especially after that, however, my anchor was lost to the dark depths not long after. Sarah is dead. She killed herself. No warning. Fucking nothing. She hung herself in her bedroom one beautiful fall day about a week ago. I didn't go to the funeral. I just couldn't. I feared seeing that bastard laughing at Sarah's death and my heartache and misery. I lost all hope. Ever since she died, I've been seeing the laughing man everywhere now. I can't escape him. Started here and there, but it's gotten more frequent. Not just when people die. I see him every fucking day now, multiple times a day. Always at a distance, just lurking there before fucking laughing. That laugh haunts me every waking moment of my day. I have no idea what the fuck is going on, but I know that I cannot take it anymore. That laughing man has been watching me from afar all these years, laughing at each and every loss I suffered. I fear that I may be next to die, maybe even by my own hand. But I fear even more that he may be waiting for me on the other side, to torment me for all eternity. I have no idea when he is going to show up next, but I'm terrified at the thought. Shit. I can hear that fucking laughter in my bedroom. And that was The Laughing Mad, written by Insidious Nebula. Oh, crap. Insidious, you made it. Hey, bud. All right, guys. Well, these stories were written just absolutely beautifully. Wasn't sure how I was going to be able to pull off The Laughing Man. I'm not really sure I did very well, but I'll let you guys, I guess, be the deciding factor in that one. All right, I appreciate you guys coming out tonight, and I hope this double feature makes up for my lack of live last week. But this was actually kind of fun. I might start doing double features every week now. Blame Dea. Were the laughs pretty good? I just pictured a low, sinister laugh for the laugh, just because that's kind of a dick move to laugh at somebody like that, I guess. You blame Dea a lot, it's no problem. Hey, demon. How's it going, bud? All right. Well, if you guys love these stories, please go check out their channels, Insidious, Nebula, and As the Raven Dreams. They make some amazing content, and please go like and subscribe their channels. Like, comment, do whatever you want on this channel. Honestly, I just like doing it. So I will catch you guys on the flip side.